in this absolutely stunning 2014 Mercedes-Benz S63. It's a 5.5 litre BiTurbo Coupé. So yeah, a little bit of insight to the S-Class Coupé. It's released for 2014 model year. And you had a choice of 3 different engines at the start. An S500 with its 4.7 litre V8, the S63 and the S65 with its 6 litre V12. So respectively they had 450, 585 and 620 brake horsepower. They are phenomenal looking cars. They still look really timeless. This one's finished in Iridium Silver metallic, which is just a beautiful looking colour, and this one's loaded with £25,000 of options. It was actually a press car for the Autocar magazine back in December 2014, and that can also be backed up with evidence that on the M decoder system it has the 003 manual date controlled option code, which means this was a test or special press vehicle used for demonstrating purposes. But yeah, you've got 390mm front and 360mm rear, cross-drilled, slotted, ventilated, high-performance composite steel discs with its sort of gunmetal grey metallic calipers, 6-piston and 4-piston at the rear with 4-piston calips. You've got 20-inch 10-spoke AMG wheels as an option, forged with its sort of centre lock design centre caps there, which is quite cool. The V8 BiTurbo badging and this very gorgeous looking pillarless design around the side of the car. You get a lot of features standard on the S-Class, even further on the S63 specifically. This one has a £3,000 adaptive LED front headlamp system, which is standard, but for the £3,000 option it has Swarovski crystals inside the headlamp, which is you know, up to 47 man-made diamonds or glass, sort of cut glass in the headlamp, which is absolutely insane. You've got the Distronic cruise radar plate on the front here. All S63s came with adaptive cruise standard, and this one has the optional night vision camera, which all of them have this camera here, but the only way to tell is if you're actually in the car and you see the 6-button dash or the 5-button dash, which is quite cool. You've also got 360-degree camera standard on the S63, along with this sort of single double slat front grille with the AMG logo, and yeah, it just looks absolutely phenomenal. It's crazy to think, you wouldn't honestly think that this car's 11 years old. This one's got 2 owners. It was first owned by I think MB senior sales executive, so that's why it's very loaded, and like I said, owned by the press, which is quite nice, Autocar. And yeah, you've got the quad exhaust system on the back here with the chrome tailpipes, the night pack added black ones, but I think the S-Class looks quite classy and Swiss spec with all the chrome around the car. This is a performance exhaust system which is switchable in sport mode, and you've got the electric keyless go boot with the locking function as well, and you know, quite a relatively large boot in the back here with first aid kit. You've got a Burmester high-end subwoofer in the back along with an amplifier in the boot. So yeah, really nice. And this one's got an optional ski load hatch as well, so if you just pull that tab you can actually open this and yeah, get into an extended ski bag into the cabin, which is really nice. And yeah, this one just looks absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, really timeless design, and you've got the pillarless sort of doors. You've also got soft closed doors as well on the S-Class, and this one has the optional AMG exclusive pack, which gives you these Black AMG Designo exclusive Nappa leather seats with a quilting down the middle, which is an exclusive sort of quilting, white stitching as well. The S63 came standard with an electric glass panoramic sunroof. This does not open or tilt. They never did on these cars. They just come with electric blind. The magic roof was an option. And yeah, on the back here, it is again really nice. The rear seats have literally not been sat in at all, basically. And this one's also got the Designo Black lacquer trim. Piano black lacquer, which is really lovely. But let's just move on to the rear. On the back here, it is really luxurious. You've got 2 air conditioning vents, some storage, the Burmester high-end woofer, the piano black again in the center console here with 2 12-volt sockets, sort of a center armrest here, you know, with some additional storage once again, cup holders, and the AMG floor mats again, which is lovely, the Burmester speakers, and double glazed rear windows as well as front windows, along with heated rear seats. The exclusive pack also gives you Designo Dinamica roof lining, which is basically Merc's term for suede headlining, illuminated door sills, and the exclusive pack also gives you Nappa leather everywhere. It gives you a Nappa leather dashboard, Nappa leather center console, armrests, door panels, lower door panels, and rear seat back pockets. You can even see this is full Nappa leather, the back of the seats, which is absolutely insane. You put the seat back, and surprisingly, there's a decent amount of leg room for the coupe. You know, that's with the driver's seat all the way back. I don't think realistically it will be like that, but yeah, again, really lovely. But let's just move in onto the front. Back onto the front, you've got the keyless go entry system. By clicking this button, you can roar the V8 up to life. It does have a very aggressive and baritone noise to it when you start it up, and then it growls even more when it's sort of primed, which is really cool. It's up to operating temperature, which is nice. And again, this lovely pillarless door design. I did forget to mention that S-Class was basically the successor to the CL63. So yeah, or the CL series of car. And obviously, just like the convertible, you've got this electric seat belt extender, and this one has the £5,000 Burmester high-end surround sound system, which is a 3D surround sound audio system with 24 speakers and a monstrous 1520 watts, which is effectively double the wattage of what the normal Burmester surround sound system has. The amp alone, or I think the sub, has 400 watts. It literally will blow a regular sound system out for water just with the amperage it's got coming out of the system, which is crazy. And yeah, you've got different settings: treble, bass, and mid-tone. And this one's fitted with the AMG drivers pack, which increases top speed from 155 electronic limit to 186. So this is an ultimate autobahn cruiser. You've got pure, easy listening, live, and full 3D surround sound system. VIP and balance. It's nice to have it set to driver. This is an ultimate listening experience. And yeah, you can just switch the speaker source, which is just crazy. It's a very advanced system, definitely lovely. And you've also got the heads-up display system, which is nice. That's not currently on, I don't think. But yeah, on the interior here, we have a 6-button S63, meaning it's got the full systems here, which you get standard, as well as the optional night vision and heads-up display system. So if you click this button, the heads-up display actually comes up from the dashboard here, which is quite cool. And if you click the button again, it revolves yeah, into a different heads-up display sort of system there. But this one's the most coolest one. It's got your gear, your speed limit, and the rev limit, which is quite cool. And you've also got the night vision assist system as well, which is thermal imaging night vision. It will pick up deer and any animals crossing the street at night with its own heat signature, and it will slam on the emergency braking system. I think it will do it for humans as well. The exclusive pack also gives you electric rear roller blind, as I mentioned, which is very nice. And the electric glass roof obviously has its own blind, which I've always found funny because Merc added a sunroof switch here. Obviously sunroof doesn't open. You pull it back for a blind, push it forwards for a blind. But if you want also, you can just click this button, which is, it's got 2 blind buttons, which I don't really see the point in, to be honest. I find that a bit useless. But yeah, you've got a Burmester little tweeter on the top here as well, and the doors come packed with the speakers, with the regular speaker here, and you've got this massive sort of woofer on the back rear quarter of the door. That's the easiest way to tell if you've got the Burmester 3D. You've got a 360 camera, like I said, the DTR steering, so it's got adaptive cruise of self-driving, lane keeping assist as well, and the Distronic cruise control with a rocker switch, so you can set the following distance. It's got the warmth comfort pack as well, which gives you a heated steering wheel, and not only that, it gives you a heated front armrests, I think front and rear armrests, and heated center console, which is quite cool. You've got the Falterbuck logo here in the middle, which denotes that obviously the AMG engines are hand built and made in a Falterbuck. And if you actually look on the key, it's got a plaque on the back, and a Falterbuck, there's a little tree symbol there, an apple tree. A Falterbuck means tree stream in German. And you've got a little a bit of picture of a piston and sort of a valve there, so that's obviously the denotation of a hand-built engine, which is quite cool. And yeah, you've got the 3-spoke perforated AMG sport steering wheel with a warmth comfort pack. You can choose between the steering wheels because they're heated ones. I know in Audis, if you get a heated steering wheel, you actually are deleting the flat bottom steering wheel. It will just be a round one. But yeah, you've got this sort of 12 o'clock marker still in black, and you've got the COMAND double bonded navigation screen system, the AMG performance media, which allows you to see what you've got. And before I forget to mention, you've got double wishbone front suspension, airmatic. By clicking this button, the car instantly raises, which is very quick. The pump is very quick to prime. And you've got ABC, or what Merc also refers to it as MBC, magic or active body control. So basically, you've got comfort and sport and dynamic curve mode. So it's a computer controlled electro-hydraulic suspension. So basically, if you put in dynamic curve mode, the car will actually tilt 2.5 degrees before you even go into the corner. So it basically primes the car for handling. It is absolutely insane. It's a very over-engineered feature, but then again is absolutely crazy when you drive it. It scans the road in comfort mode. Literally, it's just driving on a cloud. It's got a camera up here which actually scans the road and dampens each corner of the electric voltage suspension, and self-levels it basically. And yeah, you can also see on there your different functions. So you've got curve, sport, and you've got the CSM mode, which is comfort, sport, and manual. So this just opens up the valves a little bit. You'll just hear the valves are now open. So you can hear that very grunty turbo noise. Obviously, the 5.5 litre came with sort of smaller turbos, so these were considered to be the nicer sounding cars than the later 4 litre facelift cars, because a 4 litre, because the engine was decreased in displacement, the turbos had to be compensated to be bigger. So effectively you had a more muffled exhaust noise, especially with the new GPFs. This ran from 2014 to 2021, this model. You've got the COMAND navigation, 20-way electrically adjustable, or well, sort of electric. You've got pneumatic and electric combination seats. So you've got 8, 9, 10, 12-way electrically adjustable front seats with 8-way pneumatic function. So you've got 8-way electric, 2-way cushion extension, 2-way headrest actuation, and you've also got heated and, as an option, ventilated front seats with 3 set memory on each side. And you have a function by clicking this L button to control the passenger seat from the driver's side, which is pretty funny, so you can sort of prank them. But yeah, this also gives you dynamic seats. These are multi-contour massaging seats, which you get on all S63s. Like I said, the only option on these seats is to have a ventilation, which this does have. So you've got different massage functions, 6 different settings. Dynamic seats, which actually on level 1 slightly inflate the bolsters. On level 2, inflate the left or right bolster depending on which side of a corner you're going on. So if you're going round a corner, round the right, it's going to inflate the right bolster, which is quite cool. And yeah, really lovely. You've got the backrest sides as well, which again is just a bolster. It inflates pretty much instantly, which is crazy. And the lumbar support, 4-way lumbar support, and upper shoulder support. So the upper seat articulation actually inflates to simulate the upper half of the seat actually electrically moving, which is pretty cool. And like I said, you've got COMAND navigation, radio. This one is optioned with a split view command screen. So basically, if you click vehicle settings here and you turn it off, you can see on this side it's got nothing. But if I go on this side and click split view on, it actually has an angled bonded screen. So basically, if you put a DVD in, this one's not option with a TV tune. If you put a DVD in, it's actually going to, the passenger can watch stuff whilst the driver is driving the car. This one's got the air balance pack with a perfume scent cartridge in the glove box as well. And as well as that split view system, you've got a remote control for the COMAND system and a pair of sort of Burmester looking headphones, which is quite funny. So if you sort of unzip this, you'll just notice that on the sort of here, you've got those speakers. and the command thing. You can flip this for split view or command, so I'm controlling this from here, but the passenger control that from their side and the media and stuff, which is quite cool. It's also got like a little telephone pad there. You know, really luxurious, like to have almost front seat entertainment on a coupe. The S-Class Coupe, really, they did a really good job in my opinion. You know, you've got heated rear seats, which is just absolutely insane. And like I said, this one's got the Designo Piano Black lacquer trim, which gives you this Designo logo here. And it also gives you the Swarovski Crystal in the center console here, if you have the Swarovski Crystal option for the headlights, which is absolutely insane. You've got the 6 DVD changer as an option, this revolving cup holder system here as well. You can even take the cup holders out there for additional storage, which is pretty cool. And yeah, just put that back. And you've got some storage here with a 12-volt socket and your climate control system. There's a 6CD and a revolving center console as well with auxiliary included in that split view system, 2 USB-A ports and a revolving, like I said, center console, so you can open it from either side, which is quite cool. And yeah, you've a really advanced climate control system, 2-zone climate at the front with individual temperature, air distribution, airflow, and sort of air diffusion, and even the ionizer and the air freshener as well. So you can choose what intensity you want to blow your perfume from the glove box from, which is pretty funny. And yeah, you've got the ionizing, so very advanced system. S-Class is very luxurious. It's about £150,000 when new. After the sort of SLS got discontinued, you sort of think, you know, this is almost SLS money really. It's you know, insane. You've got the telephone there as well, and vehicle settings with the seat settings, like I said, 360 camera, as I demonstrated before. You've got the panel heating, like I said, which heats up the armrests and stuff when it's cold, which is absolutely crazy. Easy entry and exit, so it's like, obviously with a memory pack, it's got the electric tilt and telescopic memory steering wheel and the seat, so you can set it to steering column and seat, or just steering column. And ambient lighting colour, it's got a pre-facelift dashboard screen, so there's still a few colours you can get. It's not like terrible, you know. It's like a sort of what's that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 colour system, and you can also restrict the boot opening height as well, which is quite funny. But yeah, you've got tow-away protection. There's a lot of things, you know, on this car which you know, are really advanced. And you've got electric folding mirrors, like I said, double glazed front and rear windows, which is really luxurious. But yeah, let's just moving on to the engine now. Hey guys, they'll be test driving the S63 Coupe, and yeah, sort of first impressions when I drove it, I was pretty impressed. You know, it is a subliminal car. You've got this monstrous 900 Newton 5.5 litre V8, and then you've got the double glazing around, all round with the windows. It's so quiet, but you can sort of feel the aggressiveness on the outside of the car. You can sort of imagine what other people are hearing, if you know what I mean. But you're sort of sat in the luxury and opulence of you know, an S-Class really. But you know, the coupe is a bit more agile than the sedan. Most of the saloons actually came in L form, so the long wheelbase. So again, not as good handling. The coupe really, you know, is probably the best handling out of the convertible and the saloon range. I did forget to mention, you get the MCT 7 speed shift gearbox in these. So it's a 7-speed multi-clutch pack gearbox. It stands for manual multi-clutch transmission. So I think it has 3 clutch packs actually, a wet pack system as well. So it's a oil lubricated clutch pack system. Very quick and very smooth gearbox for a car like this. And yeah, they're just so quiet, it's unbelievable, you know. It's unreal. Just gorgeous looking cars. They still look really timeless with the pillarless windows. I sort of prefer this to the look of the CLs. I think the CLs look a bit outdated now. They look a bit, not really boxy, but just, I'm not sure. I've just never been a fan of the CL really. But yeah, really lovely. You've also got, you know, the Magic Vision. You've got the rapid heated seats, the heated armrests. Everything's just complete luxury. But then again, you've got that 5.5 litre V8, which is, you know, very aggressive. You've got the S as well, so you can hear sort of the cracks and pops. just lovely. And yeah, you've got the magic body control, which I'll try and demonstrate. The comfort mode is just a subliminal ride. It really is. You know, it's a very smooth ride. It's just riding on a cloud, really. That's what it feels like. You know, it scans for computer controlled suspension, scans the road for any imperforations, even the slightest dimple or pothole. It will completely reorganize the suspension and recalibrate it for maximum comfort. And then yeah, you've got the sport, which sort of, you know, stiffens the suspension, just tightens you round corners, and the dynamic curve mode, which is just absolutely insane. It is a very revolutionary sort of technology. But yeah, we'll just give it a quick rip in a second now. So yeah, we'll just give it a little bit of a bomb in manual mode, so sort of MC T-shift. Yeah, you know, it pulls very fast. It does put the, you know, power down quite well, actually, considering it's rear-wheel drive, and you know, it's quite damp for road. But yeah, it's a really lovely drive. You can even feel the bolster inflating now, and like I said, with the dynamic curve MBC mode on now, literally you can feel the car actually tilt before the steering wheel turns. So it's absolutely insane. And with the level 2 dynamic seats, the bolster is inflating when I go for a right corner. The left one is sort of trying to push me into the corner and bolster me at the same time, which is sort of hear the turbo grunt, the turbo spool, you know, as you hear from the exhaust clip, is like sort of like it does sound really monstrous. It sounds like you're driving a proper torque monster, you know. It's but it's just so luxurious. I think the S-Class is the best blend, the Coupe is the best blend of performance and luxury at the same time. It's so quiet and smooth, but fast at the same time. It's sort of like the Bentley Continental GT, which sort of this competed against, really. You've also got a Parktronic as well, which comes up on the rear roof, and also I think on the front it actually comes up on the dash here, which is quite funny. So you've got a digital parking sensor readout there. But yeah, it's just such a smooth ride. It is very, you know, it's very surprising. You can hear a few cracks and pops there. It's quite funny. You just got to be careful though, because on these you've got the column mounted gear shifter, and it's quite easy to mistake it for the wiper or the turn signal. The wiper is actually mounted on the turn signal stalk there, and yeah, you've got your electric steering column there. Adaptive cruise works quite well, even the night vision as well. As you can see, it's scanning the road and looking for any heat signatures, which is quite cool. So the heads-up display is very sporty on this as well. I'm quite impressed with the AMG HUD, which you can actually change. You can have sort of a nav, more classic orientated sort of heads-up display. Lovely looking X6M there in Long Beach blue. Looks gorgeous. Yeah, it does shift. It's, you know, it really does move the road. And the dynamic multi-contour seats, I think massaging seats in the Mercs are the absolute best. They're pretty much the best money can buy, in my opinion. I don't think anything else really beats them, to be honest. But yeah, it really does put power down really well. It's very impressive, and it's probably one of the smoothest cars I've driven in terms of luxury and sort of performance. It's hard to describe really, but it's its own unique car in its own way, really. There's nothing which really compares to these, to be honest with you. You know, there weren't many competitors to this. Like I said, it was just a Bentley Continental GT, really, and just there wasn't really much else, to be honest. The 6 Series or the 8 Series now it's called doesn't really compete even, it sort of does. I'd say the M8 BMW is sort of the successor to this spiritually. You know, it's really lovely, but yeah, it was really lovely. It's very fun to drive. You can get the rear wheels spinning a bit with that 67% split, standard AMG driver's pack, it does have that 186 mile per hour autobahn ready sort of speed to it, which, you know, is lovely. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the test drive, and I'll see you in